Hello guys, you're welcome back to my channel. My name is Bukumi Vicky Crown. Hope you guys are feeling good. So guys, I'm here with a guest. His name is
Omugochiliuchi is the name.
Alright, so we're going to be checking out a video together titled I Really Respect Germany for This. Why does this guy actually respect Germany this much? I'm really curious, guys, and this first time we're going to be checking it out together. So let's watch.
Alright.
In Schwäbisch Hall, there is a bookstore that I like to stop into from time to time. Irrelevant but interesting side note, that bookstore has been around since 1596.
1596.
Wow. Now, in that bookstore, there's a small little English section where I found this book called Why the Germans Do It Better. Now, I'm only like 30 pages into the book, so I can't really recommend it or not recommend it yet. I will say it is pretty interesting so far. But what has caught my eye and made me want to make this video were two sentences on the first page of the book. Now, I've got to read two paragraphs to give you context for the two sentences. And here it is. In January 2021, Germany turned 150 years old, but its people barely marked that milestone. Germany, from the time of Bismarck to that of Hitler, is synonymous with militarism, war, the Holocaust, and division. No country has caused so much harm in so little time. And yet, two nearby anniversaries tell a different history. In November 2019, millions celebrated 30 years since the Berlin Wall came down. In October 2020, 3 decades had passed since reunification. Half of modern Germany's lifespan has been a tale of horror, war, and dictatorship. The other half is a remarkable tale of atonement, stability, and maturity. No country has achieved so much good in so little time.
Wow,
those two sentences at the end of each paragraph. No country has caused so much harm in so little time, and no country has achieved so much good in so little time. All right, everybody, of course, knows all the bad terrors from World War II and the Holocaust, but one thing I think a lot of people don't really know about, and I didn't really know about until I came to Germany, was how well this country does and how much effort it puts into making sure those horrible things never happen again in the future. And a big part of that is education on what had happened in the past. You know the old saying, those who do not know history are doomed to repeat it. I think Germany takes that pretty seriously. In the introduction of this book, a very powerful memorial tool is mentioned. Something that I've known about since my first year in Germany, something that I see all the time, something that whenever my family members come here to visit, I point it out to them, and they always find it very powerful as well. I see these things all the time, and now that I'm actually looking for them, I can't seem to find them. But I know there's quite a few here. Stolpersteine, or stumbling stones. Now, I'll let Rachel from DW's Meet the Germans explain.
One subtle yet striking part of the memorial culture in Germany are the Stolpersteine, or stumbling stones. These small brass squares are inscribed with the names of victims of the Nazi regime and set into the pavement outside their last known address. The project was started in the 90s by German artist Gunter Demnig, and today there are more than 75,000 stumbling stones across Germany and other countries. But even this is not without controversy. The city of Munich has actually banned the stones from being installed on public ground, after some people, including a prominent Jewish community leader, argued that it was disrespectful to commemorate victims with something on the ground that you can walk over. The city has instead opted for wall plaques like this one.
So I can understand the controversy behind some of these. I mean, these are supposed to be memorials that pay respect to victims, and if they're on the ground, people can walk over them, and just by nature, that's not a respectful act. So I understand a little bit of the controversy behind them, but I'm actually a fan of these. In my opinion, it lowers the barrier of entry for modern day people to learn about history and to be educated about history. It's one thing to be interested and to go to a museum and read and see memorials and learn about it like that. But it's a whole other thing to just be going about your day-to-day life in your city and coming across these memorials that bring history right to you today. You know, you can't help but see those and think about the victims of those horrible events back in the day. It's a pretty powerful experience to be walking into a cafe or restaurant, seeing these stumbling stones on the ground, reading the names of the people and what their ultimate fate was, and then going into that building and looking at the walls, at the floor, at the window, and now having a connection to individual people or families, and to actually be able to think about them while you're there in that building. I think that's a pretty powerful experience, and it's something that you almost can't help but experience when you see these things. So I'm a fan of these because it makes learning about history and being informed and being able to pay respect to victims, it makes it much more common and like an everyday thing. Yesterday was November 9th, which is a significant day in German history. A lot of important things have happened on November 9th throughout the years in Germany. Two of the big ones are the fall of the Berlin Wall and then Kristallnacht, the Night of the Broken Glass in 1938. And last night I was walking through Schwäbisch Hall and I stumbled across a gathering of people who were basically paying tribute to the victims of Kristallnacht. They were gathering, they were giving a little speech about some victims, playing some music, and really making sure that history is not forgotten. I mean, here we are 80 years later in Germany with these German people who had nothing to do with those horrible events of the past, but take a responsibility and feel a responsibility to make sure that history is kept alive and that people don't forget about it, and to make sure that type of stuff doesn't happen again. I really respect that. The more I learn about history, the more I realize that every single country has a dark past. But I think no country addresses their dark past as well as Germany. And I really respect its attitude and behavior on this subject.
70, 80 Jahre danach zu sagen, wir tragen daran Schuld, fände ich viel zu groß. Aber ich glaube, wir tragen eine Verantwortung, dass wir es irgendwo verhindern, dass sowas wieder passiert.
If you're a German viewer, you probably knew about these. This probably isn't anything new to you, but I remember when I first discovered these after coming to Germany from the States, I was like, wow, that's pretty cool that they do that. I think that's a really powerful memorial tool. And I've been meaning to make a video about it for a while, and I think the introduction of this book kind of sparked me to do it. So yeah, guys, that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you next time.
Amazing, guys. Wow, for me not to actually pause the video, like, it was really fun. Like, I really learned a lot, and knowing that Germany is over 150 years is amazing. And the fact that they pay memorial tributes to the lost ones is really touching, guys. Like, it's so amazing. And November 9th, I think it said November 9th, yes, right? It's dedicated for them. You know, they celebrate them, and beautiful, beautiful. What do you think?
I think it's very good initiative by Germany, because if you don't educate the young ones about history, it will be lost. They won't know their heritage, and such things can repeat itself. Yeah. So, and it's better you educate them so we learn from history. There are things that could be avoided. There are things that shouldn't be done. There are things that are in our past, they are dark, and we shouldn't try to go through that path again. That's why something I say about we Africans or Nigerians, for me, because if there's anybody I know about, I know more about my country, and the past, where I talk about the civil war in Nigeria, the Biafran Nigeria civil war, and the things that were committed. The crazy thing, or the sad part, is that they don't teach it in school. They've covered up so much, and it's affecting us till now. Because if you don't talk about it, some people have different narrative. People have different stories they got from their parents, their grandparents, and it's still brewing hatred till now. It's still brewing ethnic division till now. You could even see
among the tribes.
Among the tribes, even Igbo, present generation. It's even leading to this current election that will be next year. You could see crazy. It's mad. Like, at this point in time, at this generation we are in, and we are harboring that kind of thought towards one another. Then we wonder what's the future for the country. Yeah, you could even see some years ago, 2 years ago. So the SARS and SARS
Yes,
massacre.
in 2020.
And yeah, it's crazy. We don't talk
crazy.
much about it because if we don't do that, a lot of things would keep repeating itself again. So yes, Germany has done very good to bring this out and
Yes.
talk about it.
And it's been 80 years now.
And the good thing is, they understand that in thinking about so much wrong that has been done, Germany, in a short while, you talk about Nazis, Hitler, and
Hitler.
rest, talking about the Wall of Berlin and
yeah.
all that. And in such a short time, they were able to also achieve so much after those incidents have happened because they understood who they are. They understood, okay, this has happened, this is in our past, what is next for the future? And they built towards it. You get it. Now they appreciate the remember those people, remember those events. That is where they look back to it and like, no, that is the past. We're not going to go through that way again.
Repeat itself.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is why when you educate the young ones, they know the horror that the people went through. That is what in Nigeria, these people are not educated. They don't know. We don't know much about the war. If you see some social media posts, someone is calling for war. Like, can you stand war? Do you see what is happening in Ukraine? Do you see how it's happening in Somalia? Like, it destroys things. You lose loved ones. You yourself, you're not sure you're going to survive. So you're calling for war, and you're calling for division and the rest of that. So if we get educated about the past, then we'll strive better for a better future. That's what I believe.
Yeah, that's true. Wow, it was really interesting. I really respect Germany for all this facts this guy actually listed, and that's why they are becoming better every single day. And wow, amazing. So guys, that brings us to the end of this video. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button, like, share, and comment, and check out his channel. I'll drop it in the description box. I'll see you guys in my next video. Stay blessed.
Bye.